Fellas, let's climb straight into it. 34-26. Incredible result when you think about Manly led 16-0. Momentum just swung and never really went back.
Yes, Matthew.
I thought you were looking
No, the crowd. This is what happens at Leichhardt Oval. The crowd get behind the Tigers. I thought young Lockie Galvin, for a kid so young and he's only played a handful of first-grade games, I thought he was outstanding tonight. I don't know, maybe they were just cruising the Sea Eagles, thinking they had the game wrapped up, but the Tigers deserved everything they got tonight. I thought they were really, really good, both in attack and especially in defence.
But Manly did obviously play with a fair few blokes in the bin at certain times during the game. So, but a credit to the Tigers, they've jagged, or not jagged a win, but they've got a very important win leading into the back end of the season. They got the bye, and then they play the Eels, so that could be the spoon game at the end of the year.
The thing about it is, I mean, Nate, there's some great signs there because you got this young spine that's playing really good football now, starting to understand each other. You got Luai on the way there next year. Young Heath Mason was really, really good at the back. You got Buller, who's sitting in there but injured at the moment. I tell you what, there's some really good signs around the Tigers.
There is, mate, and you see that the way they hung in the whole game. They didn't let it go. There was patches there where they sort of lost their way, but they found a way to get back in, whether it was an individual play or a team play. But you know, Manly weren't there tonight. You know, I thought Tommy Trbojevic was their best on, but they had a couple of errors at the end there. But mate, Tigers wanted to win it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they found a way to win it. There's no doubt about it. Like the back end there, a couple of times. Here's one here with Jason Saab. There were a couple of others that happened at the back end of the game. So they had their chances, Manly, but you know, what they say, you make your own luck, that's it.
You could also say that the Tigers had a couple of chances early on in the start of that first half, but some wayward passes that let them down a little bit. But yeah, Manly, they've got more to play for than the Tigers, but they didn't show up tonight, I don't think.
No, that's beautiful play there by Lockie Galvin. Little look in, play on the outside. And yeah, it was just some really clever football.
Were they guilty of going a little bit too wide, the Tigers? I thought once they started squaring it up a little bit.
I think probably a little bit.
They seemed to, because they'll be running the same line. No one really straightened the Tigers up. Look, they had a win, so I'm not.
Yeah, I reckon. I think you're right, but it's a byproduct of having young playmakers too, wanting to push the ball sideways. I thought Manly, it's funny, Manly started the game very expansive, but then got caught into that style of football a little bit as well. A couple of sin-bins, Ethan Bullymore, Hamoli Olakawatu, they happened in the first half, almost back-to-back, so there was a 20-minute period there where they had 12 men, and that was one of the moments where momentum changed and Tigers went on with it. Later on in the game, Corey Riddell got a sin-bin, but the two in the first half, the ones that stung.
Yeah, and look, we were discussing about the back, whether they were or whether they weren't, but you just can't, as we know, you can't go anywhere near the face.
It's pretty clear now.
Yeah, so the players. But I think this is 2 in a row now for the Tigers. So, as you mentioned, Matty, building some momentum, albeit they've only got one game more to go. But I thought the Fainu brothers, very, very good.
So I reckon stat tonight for the brothers. You got a brothers stat tonight?
Well, it's the second time that 3 brothers from opposing teams have played against each other.
And the first time was?
I don't know the year, but I know it was South Sydney.
Burgess against the Matatia brothers.
That's
right. Yes, well, they were around a little bit. In Newcastle, and one or two of the boys were at St George,
Illawarra. A couple of Knights and a couple of the Dragons, but I think they had different surnames. I think one of them liked to be pronounced Matatia.
There was Chanel and there was, Peter.
Matatia was at the Bulldogs.
Matatia. Matatia
was the little winger of the Bulldogs.
But it's funny you said, mentioned the Bulldogs there. I reckon the Tigers run a very similar trajectory as the Bulldogs last year. You see the Bulldogs last year starting to work towards things. The big change has been Stephen Crichton coming in the off-season, given some leadership, and you look at Luai. Well, last year, look what Crichton did post-Origin. His career went to the next level. We're seeing that right at the moment with Luai. And Luai going there next year, who knows? Could be similar to...
there's talk because they've lost Big Stefano, so there's talk the Eels don't want Reggie. I think he'd work well at the Tigers.
I think he would. There's a lot of upside around the Tigers. Young Heath Mason, who was at fullback, saw Heath play a fair bit of the New South Wales Cup for the Maggies. Very talented player, but you always wonder how they're going to go with that next step up. And so far in his NRL career, he's been really, really good. And he was excellent tonight.
Yeah, he's put a good couple of back-to-back games together. Tell me a Rooster too, Group 6 boy, born in Bowral. Same place I was born. So
Donald
got to give him a bit of a shout out there. But no, he's the new. It's
not about you though.
I know it's not about me, Brian. That's why I said it's not about me. But they're the new style of fullback, aren't they? A little bit more compact.
What are these players? So this year, Fa'alongo, Keeney, Jai Gray, Tuapiki, and Trey Fuller. All these smaller,
quick
in stature, fast fullbacks. He's very good. But the young spine, really good tonight. Fanu, Lockie Galvin, and the old bloke, Coruscant, was just enormous again. Tom Trbojevic, boys. He didn't win the football game, but he must have run for something like 300 metres.
Yeah, that was the under-8s try that got him back going. He's a bit quiet in the first half, but when he got the ball, when he scored his second try in the second half there, when he just, you see those big kids when they're playing against the little kids, they say, just give me the ball.
There's a moment there where we just seen in that replay where he holds Aiden Caesar up, where he stops and pivots off that post and comes back to hold him up. You think, shivers, he's on tonight. You might want to change your bets, you know what I mean? Like he's a great footy player.
Oh, man.
We're not allowed to bet on games.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We're not?
Don't track the phone.
Now, Manly, they've got the Dogs and the Sharks coming up. As we said, tonight they win. They lock in a final spot. But Dogs and the Sharks, Dogs and the Sharks have a lot to play for as far as top 4 as well. So not home yet are the Manly side.